So for a lot of people, Destiny 2 is the most anticipated game of the year, and it is September 6th, which means today marks the day that Destiny 2 comes out, both on PS4 and Xbox. It'll be coming out on October 24th on PC, which I'm really looking forward to. And I actually had the pleasure of getting the game about 12 hours early, so I put a good amount of gameplay into Destiny 2 so I can give you guys a really solid first impressions. It's not, you know, something I'm making a video of after just playing an hour. I have about 12 to 13, maybe even 14 hours in, and I think my hunter's around 210 light max level, and I also have a warlock that I got about an hour or two on. And honestly, has Destiny 2, you know, lived up to the hype? And I want to kind of give you guys an idea of who are going to be the gamers, the players who are going to enjoy the game. Which group is this game going to cater to? And big thanks to Activision and Bungie for sending me out an early review copy. I really do appreciate it, and I want to let you guys know that that in no way, shape, or form is going to influence any type of favoritism or opinions towards a good review. This is my honest review. A lot of people who have been following me for years know that I typically, no matter how well I know the developers, I give my honest opinion, and that's how I've always been. So let's talk about Destiny 2. Let's talk about the things that it does really well, the things it doesn't do as good as I had hoped, and go over what improvements could be made in the DLC in the future. So let's just start off with the overall feel of the game. How does it feel compared to Destiny 1? Now, I will tell you, it feels almost identical to Destiny 1. I've seen a lot of complaints of people saying that you know, Destiny 2 just looks like a Destiny 1 clone, or they're calling it Destiny 1.5. And I can honestly say that those people aren't entirely wrong. It does feel and look exactly like Destiny 1, with obviously some graphical updates and obvious UI changes and overall just structure changes to a lot of the game. But I like that about this, because when I play Destiny 2, I want to feel what I felt in Destiny 1. Why did I like Destiny 1 so much? Why was Destiny 1 such a fun game for me? And it was because of the content, the shooting mechanics, the raids, the hardcore content, the PvP. There was so many things about Destiny 1 that made me fall in love with it so much, and reasons why I actually stopped playing Destiny 1 in the first year. I ended up coming back in year 2 to play the Taken King, and then later on play Rise of Iron. Why did I leave Destiny 1? Why did I feel like, you know, Destiny 1 wasn't really the game for me? And that was just the lack of content that Destiny 1 had. Now, I've heard a lot of things about the lead writer leaving last second, so they had to throw together a storyline really quick. But I will say that the Destiny 2 storyline is so much better. It's actually in the game, which wasn't a thing in Destiny 1. If you wanted to get the full lore and understand the story, you had to go out of your way to go on a website to read about the lore. It was never actually introduced in the gameplay of the game. And in Destiny 2, it's the complete opposite. You understand step by step through many cutscenes and many audio logs exactly what's going down and why certain characters are doing certain things. To me, I respect that a lot, and the storyline has been 10 times better than it was in Destiny 1. And they did a really good job at starting over, so to speak, so that players that didn't play Destiny 1 can kind of jump right onto Destiny 2 and understand enough to enjoy the storyline. You don't need to play through Destiny 1, but also gives a continuation to a lot of things and references a lot of Destiny 1 moments. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, which I really respect, that they found a way to kind of make Destiny 1 not 100% necessary, but also give the people who played Destiny 1 kind of little inside jokes throughout the storyline. Now, the progression actually feels really good. The progression in Destiny 1 was kind of a struggle because there really wasn't much content at launch, so you're constantly trying to find different things, and sometimes very tedious things with like the old patrols and daily things that you just had to do in order to get enough XP to level up. In Destiny 2, I almost feel like it's the complete opposite. I feel like there's almost too many things to do for the amount of levels that you get. Max level is 20, and I actually hit max level before ever reaching a strike or even coming close to ending the campaign. I was doing adventures, which are a new feature in Destiny 2 that I really like, and just through going around and free roaming and, you know, finishing adventures, I was able to get to level 20. I really like that you have that choice. That was one of the things about MMOs that I really enjoyed. You could play through the single player, you could play through the campaign if you want to level up that way, or you can kind of go off and do your own thing and just kill open world bosses, roam around, just kind of enjoy yourself, and the progression feels similar as to if you went through and did the campaign. So now, since I've invested my time in the side missions, which are like the adventures and the lost sectors and all that stuff, I can go through the campaign much more powerful now because I put the time and effort outside of the campaign to get strong enough to make it easier. The patrols in Destiny 1 were so unbelievably tedious and boring, and in Destiny 2 the adventures actually have some real lore in every single adventure that you're gonna do, and you can understand how the lore actually affects the main storyline, which is kind of cool because it's like having the adventures all being like storyline missions, which is, I think, absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you right now, the adventures are so cool because they have like boss mechanics and tons of audio logs and just narrative behind it. It makes it feel like the adventures are even better than the Destiny 1 campaign missions were. So I cannot believe how much time and effort they put into the open world side of the game, and I love that you actually have the choice to play the game how you want, whereas in Destiny 1 you were kind of forced just to grind strikes in order to get your light level up. Now, I will admit that a lot of people have been saying like this game is like Destiny 1 and Destiny 1.5, but people who are going to love Destiny are going to love Destiny no matter what because of the amazing gunplay, the loot that we get to go for, and the campaign. I don't think it really matters, at least to me, that they are using a lot of the same enemies from Destiny 1. It doesn't only go with the lore, but also they made the AI and a lot of the ways that AI interacts with you a lot better than they did in Destiny 1. A lot of times in Destiny 1, you would see like NPCs kind of dodging when you're not doing anything, or sometimes just walking right into your grenade. I notice now when you pop your super, if it's like a roaming super, or if you're throwing grenades, or sometimes even suppressing them with fire, the AI has a tendency to actually move around and actually sometimes backpedal away from you when you use your super. So they did a complete overhaul with the AI system, and it actually feels really good the way that you interact with them, because it feels like you're actually playing against real players. Sure, a lot of the UI is same. Sure, a lot of the bosses are right from Destiny 1. Sure, you know, a ton of things were recycled and reused, but never change what's not broken. And I really thought that the bosses in Destiny 1 were extremely unique in their own ways, and I'm very happy to see a lot of those enemies and a lot of those models come back for Destiny 2. The PvP is probably the most balanced I've ever seen Destiny. I'm really excited for Trials, which are going to be coming out on the 15th, I believe. I think the raid comes out on the 13th, and then Trials are out on the 15th. And you guys know me, I love a competitive environment, and especially when it's integrated into a looter shooter where there's like that really awesome loot that we can go for, and ornaments and special weapons that you can only get from going to the lighthouse. That's going to be a lot of fun to go for, and I really can't wait for that. So the only real complaints that I have about Destiny 2 are the 30 frames per second, which I'm actually getting used to. It's not that bad, but it was so much smoother and so much better on PC. I'm really looking forward to it on PC. So my honest opinion about should you get it twice, if you are a PC player but you own a console, I would wait for the PC version, because in my opinion the PC version is going to be far better. But if you love Destiny and you really do not care about buying it twice, then I think you will not be disappointed on console as well. The only other complaint I had about the way that you did anything in Destiny 2 was how you got your old subclasses back. I think they could have come up with some better lore behind getting that light back and having it speak to you, because all the time that I was going to get the other subclasses, you would basically just walk up to a glowing rock and it would be like, oh, the light has brought us here. And although the holograms are really cool and kind of tell a story, I think they could have done it in a little bit more in-depth way. But other than that, like, everything about the story missions, the campaigns, the adventures, just everything is just so good, and it feels so much more open like an MMO that I thought Destiny 1 was going to be. So overall, Destiny 2 is exactly what I wanted from Destiny 1, and although it came 3 years later, I honestly don't care. I'm loving this game, and I know you guys will too. Thank you guys so much for watching this first impressions video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of Destiny 2 in the comment section below, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.